Hello, greetings, my friend. This is Gilles. I wanted to come and discuss a few ideas. For it is a strange day, but for me, for what we seek is freedom, creativity, and presence. We want to be free, we want to be creative, and we want to be within presence. And so every day we were moving closer towards that. We're liberating all kinds of old patterns. Personally, I feel that the best way to go about it is to clear up the physical body, the root, from the root chakra to the crown chakra, to make our body like a crystal clear, to make it as clear as possible, and to follow the intelligence of the physical body rather than the mind and the emotion, the ego mind. For that is really what we need to do, is to tame the ego, to become a messenger of the spirit, to become a leader, and understanding our role is very important. No matter what we do, we all have a very important, essential part of this ascension process. Even if your role is just to stay at home and to be good to your environment, or to garden, or to do whatever, it doesn't have to be a public role, but we all have this, for everything start from within. And so it is very important to not be like a sponge to the energy of the world, to spend more time in prayer and meditation than on the TV or surfing the internet to find out all this information about all the darkness that what is the next level of darkness that will appear in the world or whatever. For all those other information are just very futile in relationship to connecting to our inner light. Once we make this connection, it is far more. We are more detached in relationship to all those things. For at the end, we understand it is our own life that matters. The rest is in the hands of God. It's utterly beyond our control. And so it is important to give up this as much as possible this external matrix in order to connect to the inner matrix of light and love. And for we have those two parts, the part that is individualized, as connected to the world of matter and emotion, and we have this universal etheric energetic connection to this high universal part of ourselves. For I know etherically I'm very, very rich. I have all kinds of things going on. It's always perfect, but my physical light, sometimes I feel like I'm in quicksand, or I'm in a precipice. I feel like my soul, it's like to be like Socrates or the Christ, it's like, are you willing to die to prove your faith? And it's like, are you willing to give up everything just to prove that life is that you have faith? So it's like this martyrdom kind of thing. So it's like, if that's what God tells me, that it's not what's gonna happen. But right now I only have those two doors to, like Socrates. So you're gonna stop teaching philosophy, or you're going to kill yourself. And so Socrates preferred not, if he has to give up all those things that have meaning to him, he preferred to die than to live not being able to fulfill his mission on the earth. Same thing with the Christ. It's like, are you willing to die on the cross for staying in connection with God? For Diderot, there was a philosopher named Diderot who was trying to, in the 18th century, to bring about the encyclopedia into the world, and the Catholic religion didn't want that, so they imprisoned him in the Bastille, and he was there. He was translating the apology of Socrates by Plato, and he realized he didn't have the same courage to kill himself for his belief. Well, eventually the encyclopedia became part of the world, and I think he got out. But I think I'm like him. I'm not really sure, but if I would prefer to die than to change my whole, to forget all my project and my painting and all those things. So, but we'll see. I'm not really here to talk about me, for this is not really what it is about. It is. So it is important to unify as much as possible the physical, the emotional, and the fifth dimension, to imagine that all is one, because this abundance of wealth and abundance and expansion and creativity that we have created through our work on the inner plane, eventually will need to be anchored into the physical world, so we can find this freedom, this creativity, and this presence. For once the 3D will be evacuated, we're going through those transition time, suffering will be gone forever. Illness, war, ignorance will be gone, but illness, poverty, suffering, war, all of this will completely be gone for in the new world, in the golden age. For it can come at any time for any one of us. Once you find this freedom, this creativity, and this presence, you are there already. There will be no discrimination when it comes to gender, to sexual preference, to racial, in terms of race, in terms of religion, in terms of beliefs, in terms of culture, in terms of social castes, classes. All people will be integrated within society and will be loved and supported by society. For sometimes I wonder, it's like, it's like, we see the world of art is like they're all exchanging millions of dollars in Van Goghs and Cézanne and Gauguin and Modigliani, but the same world of art was just spitting on them their whole life. They all lived in poverty their whole life and they couldn't live from their work. And now everybody's like, the museums and the collectors and the dealers, they're all like, it's beautiful, we'll trade it for millions. But during their life, they were completely rejected by all this society was completely rejecting them. And even in the Renaissance, I think it was Montaigne, he died from starvation because his mécène forgot about him. So it's like, there is all kinds of, it's strange life to have chosen to be an artist. Sometimes I wonder, but there must be, at least it must be some meaning to it. I mean, sometimes I'm facing maybe I have to completely change just to have a normal life, to let go of all those things and not to be attached to any of it. For what we seek is to tame the ego, to become a messenger, to become a leader, and to also understand that when we have judgment on other people, we're creating energetic ties. When people have judgment upon us, they have creating those strings that drain our energy. So every day we have to cut out all those strings and to avoid judgment on others, for that is within our power, but we don't have any power in terms of how people will judge us. But every day we can remove all those ties. And because it drains our energy, and so the way to go about it is in your meditation, you visualize yourself in a dark room, you create a white circle of light, you move into it, and you allow yourself to be consumed by a violet fire that comes from below, from this white circle, and then it turns into white and return into the ground. And then this dark room is really big. You see there are a lot of people, and then there is a light door, and from this light door there is an angel that comes in with special scissors, and you realize you are covered with bandages, and those bandages are the judgment that people have been sending you, and it's creating this tide. And so you give permission to the angel to cut all those bandages, and all those bandages return this judgment to all the people that have judged you. And then you send violet light and fire to all of them. So you free yourself, you liberate yourself, you don't judge them for the judgment they have judged you on. But this is an exercise we need to do regularly, all the time. Every day we have to learn to free ourselves from the judgment, from those energetic ties. I'm going to pull 5 cards. For the card of, it reflects my consciousness. I hope it will also mean something for you. The past is a straight righteousness. It's about being straightforward. It's being honest, to be sincere. Where we are now is reconciliation. We are being reconciled with other parts of our soul and other people and our life, and the future is humility. It's about being humble, being in a receptive mode, being submissive to our own guidance and soul and spirit. Where we are working on now is doubt. For I shouldn't doubt. For spirit is talking to me about happiness, paradise, joy, wealth, success, travel. But yet it's my physical life is really not reflecting that at all right now, and so but yet I have better laugh about it than cry in any event, and keep staying faith. And what will come is equilibrium. It is balance. Everything will be balanced out, and this is really what is going on in the world. The paintings behind me, this is a painting I've been started yesterday in a couple of days, but it's almost finished. It says all life matters. For all life matters, everybody is important. It says one life, one love, one people under God. And I created this corona around the earth, this crown. And there is the little white dots that over the other orange to green. Actually, they would be better in silver, but this is the color I don't have. I might find a way to. I don't really have money to buy paint right now, but it would really look good, or maybe I'll do it later. For silver in French is funny because the only color I'm missing, silver, is the word for silver and the word for money is the same one in French, and it's like it's the only thing I'm lacking in my life. I have all the other colors. It's really funny. We have to laugh about that and laugh about ourselves. For all of this is just temporary in an event. And this is a painting in about 2006. It's about the DNA, which was essentially come from the Pleiades, and there is all kinds of symbols, and the mask that we wear, and the symbol of wisdom here from goddess Athena, and the yin and yang, the sexual interplay between Mars and Venus, the sevenfold spirit, and there is all kinds of symbols, a lot of beautiful, it's a very soft painting. I'm going to try to sing a song. It's a difficult song, but it's a song about allowing ourselves to enjoy life and to let go of things in order to follow the tambourine man. It goes like this. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Though I know that evening's empire has written into sand, vanished from my hand, left me blindly here to stand, but still I'm not sleepy. My weariness amazes me, I'm branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient's empty streets too dead for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses I've been stripped, my hands can feel to grip, my toes too numb to step, wait only for my boot heels to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for to fade, onto my own parade, cast your dancing spell my way, I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Though you might hear laughing, spinning, swinging madly across the sun, it's not aimed at anyone, it's just escaping on the run. But for the sky there are no fences fencing. And if you hear vague trace of skipping rail of rhyme, to your tambourine in time, he's just a ragged clown behind, I wouldn't pay any mind, he's just a shadow you sing that is chasing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. And take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, down the fogging ruins of time, past the frozen leaves, the haunted frightened trees, out to the windy beach, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow. Yes, to dance beneath the diamond sky, with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands, with veiled memory and faith, diving beneath the wave, let me forget about today until tomorrow. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. That's a great song from Bob Dylan. Not easy to sing. I wanted to discuss about just two ideas that are just very personal ideas. The first one, if you're going to use this name, there is a name. It's better to use the word coronavirus than COVID-19. The vibration of the word COVID-19 was specially designed to drain the energy, to create fear. It's very dark energy. Well, coronavirus is a lot lighter, so utilize that instead of this. I would recommend that. And also, better to use soap than this hydroalcoholic gel. Every time I have to go into a shop and they force me to do that, I feel like I have those heavy metals that are integrating my body, and it's like, oh, I really have to wash my hand really quickly. For there are some natural ones as well, but in most cases there's a lot of chemical in those products, and I don't like it. I also wanted to say that viruses are conscious. They are living beings. They have consciousness. They are intelligence. They are very useful. We have millions and millions and millions of different viruses and microbes that exist within the physical body, and we couldn't exist without them. So they're neutral, they're neither positive nor negative. They fulfill a function, they're macrocellular organism, and they have consciousness, they're making choices. And this coronavirus, has been kidnapped by dark forces, and they added some pathogen to make it deadly. And then there was another divine intervention to make it a lot less deadly, to make it just, for most people, it's just a flu or cold. It's really so there was a divine intervention, but this virus has been so much instrumental in awakening humanity. He has grown and evolved in consciousness, and so it's like it was. But he never asked to be manipulated in this way, but he's been serving this great awakening. And so we thank him for this awakening, and all the people that had suffered from that have been received in heaven in any event. And for this is only an illusion. And so for the fifth dimension that we're seeking is but a plane of transition, is a way station. We want to find the resolution of our mental and emotional body, the duality within our mind, to move into a new level of polarity, to achieve that, and then we will be a stepping stone to higher planes. The card of the day is beyond the threshold of fear. So it's like beyond, there is love beyond fear. So it's like it's not easy to face those illusions that we call fear and all those projections of the mental body. But we have to tame our ego, to be like to tame it, to make a compromise, to ask to deal with it step by step, and no matter what we go through, there is always a reason for us to be loved and to love ourselves no matter what. Well, wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much for everything, and I'll talk to you later if God willing. Namaste.